my dear colleague and friend Nasser, we are very happy to be back in Morocco, and as I told the Minister, we feel also very at home. So this is a reason to come back and to revisit not only Rabat and Casablanca, and in the future also other parts, as we are heading tomorrow to Dakhla as well. Mr. Minister, indeed our conversations so far has been fruitful, very constructive, very much looking towards the future. I believe that we have laid down the groundwork for a solid relationship based on friendship, based on respect. I bring you the greetings of President Chandrika Prasad Santokhi, who is of course in full support of this relationship, in broadening the relationship not only but deepening it, making it stronger. It provides an opportunity to link not only bilaterally Suriname with the Kingdom of Morocco, but also the relationship between the region to which we belong, Caribbean community, and your country. You mentioned the 2020 elections. I must say, today is the 25th of May, and that's exactly 2 years ago. So this is very coincidental, but in fact, President Santokhi is now in a press conference highlighting the achievements which have been realized over the past 2 years. So this is an auspicious moment as well, because we came in office on the basis of a platform of democracy, of rule of law, of a strong independent judiciary, respect for human rights and political rights, and good governance. And I think after 2 years, we can see a little bit of recovery in terms of the financial situation, but also the economic prospects. Well, the relationship with Morocco is part of the economic prospects, of not only based on good friendship, but also on concrete ways of improving our living conditions and strengthening the relationship with a friend in Africa. Opening an embassy in Rabat and a consulate in Dakhla tomorrow is part of our foreign policy of expanding our reach, but also relationship throughout the world. We live in a world where international relations are critical for our survival. You mentioned some of them. There are global issues which we need to address, whether that's conflicts globally, whether that's a debt crisis, whether we have climate change, and we are suffering from that currently with the floods, currently in our country, in the interior especially. We have a global agenda and a regional agenda which we need to address, and we will not be able to address those singularly as a country on its own. We need to work together. And this is the understanding which we have. So this is part of our continuous agenda. And I'm very happy to provide all the support to Morocco in terms of the Morocco CARICOM Forum. I think it's a really important initiative because you are also a gateway, an entry point to Africa, as we could be your gateway entry point into Latin America and the Caribbean as well. I must say that this relationship between Morocco and Suriname has developed and has now been grounded in solid commitments, but also principles. And I would like to commend the pioneering role of His Majesty, the King Mohammed VI, in order to promote South-South cooperation and solidarity among countries, namely in Africa and the CARICOM region. With regard to the Moroccan Sahara issue, let me be clear on that. The Republic of Suriname reaffirms and reiterates its recognition of the sovereignty of Morocco over its entire territory, including the Moroccan Sahara. And while we reiterate our full support to the territorial integrity of the Kingdom of Morocco and its full sovereignty over its southern provinces, the Republic of Suriname believes that the autonomy plan proposed by the Kingdom of Morocco is the unique framework to a political solution to this regional dispute. And in this spirit, I'm glad to officially announce, as mentioned before, that The Republic of Suriname will open today, this afternoon, a full-fledged embassy in Rabat, as well as a Consulate General in Dakhla, which will provide us an opportunity to foster commercial relations between the Republic of Suriname and the Kingdom of Morocco. And I believe these are very promising and significant diplomatic presence, not only to represent the opportunities which we have both at the political diplomatic level, at the social cultural level, and at the level of commercial and economic activities, beyond all the other solidarity which we need to foster among our countries in a very challenging global environment. Mr. Minister, I look forward to your visit to Suriname. You have been once to Suriname, far too short. So we have invited the minister at least to stay 2 nights. At least. I said at least. And to make a good opportunity to be our special guest at our independence celebration in November of this year, so that we can indeed further this process of bilateral cooperation, but also complete the outstanding documents which we need to sign on double taxation as well as on aviation and some other matters. I can tell you, Mr. Minister Nasser, that in future, President Santokhi's vision is to make Suriname the country, possibly the first country in the world, where there will be no visa requirements at all for nobody in the world. So you could visit Suriname just by going to the airport, buy your ticket, and fly in Morocco to Suriname. I hope that's possible at one day. So I believe that with your visit and intensified relationships, including scholarships and the technical assistance in agriculture, we can create a prospective relationship for the future. And I thank you for that. We have come in a short time frame to this point, and even in a shorter time frame to further collaboration. Thank you very much.